Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man back for another shave. Welcome to July, 1st of July. Brand new month. Hopefully this one will be better than all the other months this year. Seems like it's just one thing after another. But we're hoping for good things. We got a brand new theme for our shaves on the Shaving Cadre, and that is all things cool. So I'm wearing my I Like Pickles shirt because, you know, cool as a cucumber, and what is a pickle but a pickled cucumber. So wearing that for today. So it's you know, the theme is anything cool. So especially things with menthol. Obviously that's kind of what we're going for, is moving into the hotter months, getting some menthol in there, cooling us down for our shaves, but also anything that we just kind of think is cool. And that's subjective, whatever you think is cool. Also highlighting a couple of artisans, the Takichi, which I don't have anything from Takichi, but he makes some good brushes and he restores razors. I'm next up on a pass around for a couple of his brushes. So I'll be getting in some Takichi shaves coming up, and also ETHOS. ETHOS, one of my favorite new soaps out there. Really great. I do have one ETHOS product that I'll be using. I'll be talking about a little bit later for today's shave. But we'll definitely be getting some more all ETHOS shaves in today. So what are we going to use today? First of all, I'm going to be using Razor Ruby from First Line Shaves. New soap company to me. I just got a couple of theirs in a while ago. But for me, you know, this is, I'm a big fan of, you know, tattoos, obviously, and the just the kind of pinup girl look. So I think this is a cool looking soap. Has a nice floral scent. There's a whole lot going on in there, but mostly florals. And I really dig this scent. For my brush to lather this up today, I'm going to be using my Eric Sorrentino Custom. Why is this brush so cool? Well, it's cool because I designed it. Eric, when he kind of brought his brush making workshop back for a very limited time, and wanted to get into pouring these handles. And so he did a live Zoom call with a few of us, and I got chosen to pour my own handle. So basically I chose the colors, he mixed up the colors and then poured the blank live for us, and then turned it, and I just got this, I know it doesn't focus when I do this even though I want it to. I just got this stunning handle, which is not showing up on video the way I would want it to. But really cool swirls of green and purple and a little bit of black and some silverish in there. It's my favorite colors in a brush, so that's why I think that brush is so cool. So I'm gonna get going on this lather. I've got some other cool things to talk about a little bit later. But it is the 1st of July, and we're ramping up for the holiday. We got a little bit of rainstorm this morning, which is good. Wet everything down, you know, kind of keep the fire danger away a little bit. I'm so glad that I mowed my lawn yesterday because it was in dire need of mowing. And if I hadn't mowed yesterday, there's no way I'd be able to mow today because everything is soaking wet right now. And yeah, it was at least a week overdue on needing to be mowed. So the weeds were getting a little tall, really bad. If I hadn't mowed yesterday, it may be quite a few more days before I'd be able to. But mowing my lawn is no simple task. I've got 7 acres of land. I don't mow it all. but I probably do mow at least 3 to 4 acres worth. It takes me about 4 hours. But we are getting ready for some festivities. 4th of July obviously is coming up, and the base is doing their fireworks celebration tomorrow night. Due to COVID and all that stuff, they've canceled everything leading up to it, which usually they do games and, you know, bouncy castles for the kids, and they have a barbecue and they have food for everybody. Not doing any of that, but at least they are still having the fireworks, which I know a lot of places around here have canceled their fireworks celebrations. So it is probably one of the only fireworks celebrations in the area. I know the next, well, the city I technically live in, but the next big town over, they usually have one, and they're not having it this year, so everybody's kind of on the downer. I'm going to use this for one pass, and then I'm going to do something different for the second pass. My first pass, though, well, actually all the passes, I'm going to use in my Darwin again, because this is just the coolest razor ever. It ranks up there. It's in the top 5, if not the top 2 or top 3. Because I do have a couple other ones that I also think are super, super cool. This one is one that I, you know, lusted after for a very long time. Just love that Art Deco handle. Love the name Darwin, obviously. Just everything about this is so cool. Except that I do find it pretty aggressive. So I'll be going a little bit slower. But I have gotten some good shaves with it lately. I pulled it out for the scared shave, which I did on my last video. And actually that my scared shave, that was a brand new Persona blade. This blade now has 3 or 4 shaves on it, and it's gotten a lot better. The blemish is clearing up right now, so I'm not too worried about going right over top of that right now. So aside from fireworks tomorrow, which is the 2nd, there's really no fireworks displays to speak of in the area. I was noticing on Facebook, everybody was talking about all the, you know, reminders that if you're in the city limits, there's no fireworks. For any of the cities, we got 3 cities in this area, and so none of them allow fireworks in town. I don't live in town. I live outside of town. So, on that regard, it's pretty good. I can do fireworks at my house if I want. Okay, so this is a little tester I've got of a product called Ice Dragon. And it is a cooling drops that you can add to your aftershave, add to your soap. Cool, because I helped name it. So I'm gonna take, a couple drops into my brush, and we're gonna see what effect that has on the soap. I know this is still a like a beta version. Frank has made a few changes to the formula, and I've yet to get a hold of one of the new test batches to see what that is like. I told him before, my biggest complaint about this is there's a lot of, you use menthol and peppermint oil and I think some synthetic cooling agent. The peppermint oil, it completely covered up the scent of my soap. This was a very strong scented soap. I would say it's probably a 4, 3.5 to 4 out of 5. And the peppermint oil just nearly completely covered that up. It is very, very cooling. I do like that, but I don't like the fact that it now just took all of the scent out of my soap, or at least covered it up. So that was my feedback from the first round, and I know Frank was trying to change it up so that it didn't do that. I still get a little teeny bit of the florals, but just because this is so strong, I tried using it with a weaker scented soap, and it was completely gone. So I hope he's been able to correct that. But it is very cold. Definitely chilling on my face right now. Feels really good. So yeah, you might have noticed this isn't a normal day for me to be doing a video, Wednesday. Typically I do my videos on Saturday. Kind of my one day of the week that I have a free morning. But I took this week off to spend some time with my kids during their summer break. So we are going to be looking at probably getting some fireworks and doing our own thing on the 4th. Obviously, I'm not going to be stupid about it if it gets super hot, super dry, and just isn't safe conditions. I'm not going to do it, but we'll do it safely. And then after the 4th, we're going to be going to the lake. Spend a few days lounging on the water, fishing, taking the boats out, taking the jet skis out, tubing, that sort of thing. Really looking forward to that. We go to the lake every year. I really like to just put that layer of water on my face right before I lather. I find that as your brush sits on the counter, you may not think it will, but it dries out a little bit. And so your subsequent lathers can actually be a little bit drier. And you may not notice it until you put the blade to the face, but it'll be a bit more draggy. So I like to get that layer of water on my face right before that goes on, and that helps just kind of bring it back. It's actually a lot better. Like, this blade is really smoothed out. It doesn't feel nearly as aggressive now as it did before. Actually not bad. I really like I used this for my my scared shave. I was really apprehensive about using this because I had a really bad shave a while back with it. And it felt pretty aggressive. Residual slickness isn't as super great as I'd like it on this, so. That first shave with that persona was just kind of felt a little rough, needed to go a little bit slower, focus on the angle a little bit, but still requires a little bit of attention, but it's definitely a lot smoother. So, overall, pretty good shave with a pretty cool razor. Alright, so we're going to clean that up and then clean my face off. We're going to use cool water to rinse this off. Let's see. We're gonna do this cooling thing up, right? So we're gonna use Thayers Witch Hazel Medicated, which does have some cooling in it. Not normally what I use for my witch hazel, but I'm gonna go all cool, all in. And then for my first, well, I guess technically second aftershave, I'm gonna be using Gables Sta-Cool aftershave. So what is in this? We got menthol, we got eucalyptus oil, we got spearmint, sweet birch. Sounds like it's gonna be a winner. Haven't used this before, brand new. But if you're looking for budget aftershave, Gables is where it's at. You're not gonna find anything cheaper than Gables aftershave. Wow, this is really good. 16 ounces, $5.50. You just can't beat that at all. I mean, that works out to be like just over $1.25, something like that, for a 4-ounce bottle, which is what everybody else's aftershaves are. Like this one from First Line Shave, 4 ounces. This would be $1.25 for that, ish, a little bit more. Whereas, you know, most of your artisans are in the $15 to $20 region for a 4-ounce bottle of aftershave. Even your dime store or drugstore aftershaves, your Aqua Velvet, your Skin Bracer, those are in the vicinity of, you know, $2 to $5 for 3 to 4 ounces. So very economical, but still not nearly as cheap as this stuff. And this is really good. This has like no scent to it. Just a little bit of a carryover from the eucalyptus oil, but aside from that, it's just super cooling. It just brought everything back. If you got a hot summer day, you definitely want to be using some of this. Osage Rub is another great product. Slightly more expensive than this, but still very economical. Another one is Stevens Alpine, in that same barber's style, same nice cooling. One other one is Superior 70 Alcoholipto, or mentholipto, something like that. The green Superior 70. Another great product. That one actually probably has the best skin feel out of all of them. It's got some really good oils in it that really make your skin feel really good and not dried out. Anyways, we're going to be following up with our third aftershave, which is just because I want something with a little bit of scent on it. So we're going to be using Razor Ruby from First Line Shave again. And I already told you why I think it's cool. I mean, if you like florals, if you are a fan of florals, which I typically am not. Especially rose, don't like anything with rose hardly in it. If it's blended right with the right things, then a little bit of rose is okay, but I'm not a fan of just straight up rose or one-dimensional. But being a floral, there's a little bit of woodsy in the background, but for a floral, this is actually really, really good. So I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope this 1st of July brings great things for the rest of the month for you. And hope you guys have a safe and fun holiday coming up, holiday weekend. Hopefully you get some extra time off to spend with your family and friends. You know, we do what we can with social distancing, try to be safe, but just enjoy yourselves out there and be safe. So we'll see you guys later on the Kajay or YouTube. Later.